Hey, what is going on, crypto friends? I hope you're having a good weekend. In this video, we're going to talk about Tron because it's important you guys know, it's important everybody in the crypto world knows, especially if you're a Tron holder, that the token migration is going on right now. Some people don't know, and hopefully they catch some news. They can get their tokens, their old Tron tokens, onto one of the supported exchanges in time. But rest assured, if you catch this news later, you know you have some friends who are not going to make this deadline during the token migration, right? Binance says they will support it continuously afterwards, and Tron says they'll have an over-the-counter exchange. So that's good. But for everybody else who wants to take part in this token migration, on time and be part of this going into Independence Day, then, get them on those exchanges right now. So guys, hope you're relaxing from the crypto world, especially in these last few days and weeks. We're in this bearish market and the prices aren't really taking off for us, and we've had a lot of news and that's crushing people, but don't worry, the news is not going to move us right now. These big partnerships. At other times, there's even been projects, guys, right now trying to hold back news and hold back announcements because they know in this bearish market they're not going to get the big effect that they normally would in the big price movements that these things could have done for them, earlier in the year at the end or towards the end of 2017. But rest assured, other things will happen in the future. Good days are ahead, and we just have to be able to stay strong in our investments and be strong in the projects we believe in. So in this video, we're going to talk about, is Tron still a good investment? Because I'm getting a lot of emails and questions, and you see a lot of things out there about people still believe in Tron very passionately, and a lot of people, are against Tron, as there are in all projects. And then we have a big chunk of people on the fence, that they haven't got into Tron yet. They're thinking, should they get into Tron? They don't know, but this and that. But the good news is, guys, if you're into the Tron community, if you're a believer, it's a very strong community, and it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, right? Over 1 million involved. People like the social media, people in the Reddits and things like that all over. The Tron community is huge, and it's very strong. And if you're in the Tron community, then you're probably a long-term holder, right? And you believe in the future of what Tron's going to do. So is it a good investment? Well, let's talk about, why it could be a good investment and what some people are thinking about that could maybe make you believe it would be a good investment. Now, Tron, if people are saying it's continuing to perform poorly in the market, well, everything is, right? No one's making big gains right now, especially after our test net launches and things like that would have propelled us in the past. Like we said, we're in this bearish market. So let's be rest assured that it's not necessarily the project that is suffering or lacking. Okay, it's the market, it's the mentality of the market, it's the money involved in the market, it's the investors, okay? So we just have to ride that out until the market changes, and then look at our projects. Are they doing things in these tough times to be able to launch us out faster and better than ever before when we come out, when the market turns around? Are we gonna just take off like a rocket, okay? So the Tron community is probably thinking we're on a good trajectory, right? A big, good trajectory to really increase more than we ever have before, and see some big price movements coming to the end of 2018 and into 2019, hopefully enter some new phases in its development. So do you think it's a good investment? Let me know in the comments below. Some of the things I think we should be talking about is basically, what can Tron do in the future going forward? We know what it's done in the past. We know some of the things that have happened recently. We're right into a token migration as we speak, so it's pretty exciting. We're coming up to Independence Day, but what are we looking at in the future? Okay, so that could help us think, is this going to be a great investment? Maybe you're looking to pick up some more Tron right now at these cheap prices, if you think it's going to hit some higher prices. Okay, so we know out of all the projects out of China, TRX, right? This is a lot of people's pick of the best, okay? And especially because of the team. Okay, they have a very big tech team. It's a big tech company, and it's a lot of the who is who, and it's a lot of the best in the country are getting involved in Tron. And then at the helm of the whole team, right, the founder CEO Justin Sun, he's achieved a lot, and he's been very supportive, and he's communicated very well with the community that you haven't seen in some other projects. And this team has been able to achieve a lot of its success and milestones a lot faster, right? They've grown a lot faster as a whole platform than they even thought they were going to in less than a year, right? So things have been going good. It hasn't been any big setbacks or things like that. Now, hopefully, basically, the Tron Foundation and us in the community are going to help this project in its role to gain mass adoption and just basically revolutionize the entertainment industry and the internet, right? They're saying that Tron will be the new internet. So there's all those little bits of news too of what, BitTorrent, Justin Sun purchased that, and what they could be, how they could be applying that into Tron's platform later. And we know about the P2P sharing and things like that. And remember, what Tron's trying to do is revolutionize the entertainment industry and the internet be 2.0. Okay, so the team has really been delivering as expected, and there's been a lot of high profile partnerships, right? And that's very critical in helping the crypto penetrate into like this entertainment industry. So they've launched the mainnet, okay, successful. And we're trying to get away from the Ethereum network. And as we're coming up to the Genesis block on the 25th, guys, which is going to be our Independence Day, basically a big community consensus is that we're going to be in Tron, one of the top blockchains for developers. So that is pretty exciting because, it's going to get very easy to deploy dApps. And this will attract even more and more adoption as more people are coming onto the platform for the applications, right, to develop them. So over the last few months, they've really gained a lot of interest. Okay, so we also know the coin is trading on many exchanges. The support for this migration has been huge. More people coming on all the time. We'll talk about that in a bit in this video, a little later on, but more than 100 trading exchanges. More coming up every day, more even coming up during the token migration, trying to lend their help and their support of Tron. Okay, so that's huge. Now, global adoption, what will that do for our price? That's where we're going to get into, are we going to be too conservative or are we going to be too outlandish, right? But global adoption, what could that do for the TRX price? Now, we know it's very attractive right now, right at under 5 cents as we're speaking during this video, so that could be a great bargain. A lot of people think that's a really good buying opportunity. Okay, but before long, with the kind of growth we're looking at, guys, if Tron continues chugging along like we're going, we're going to see the $1, we're going to see maybe the $2, in a few years the $5, and some people will say that's very conservative. Maybe we're looking at big numbers. Okay, but if it gains anywhere near what it did at the beginning of the year, we're going to have a good return already from where we're sitting at 5 cents. Okay, and remember, that was with a smaller market cap, 800 billion. We're looking at trillions in the future in the next couple of years when this institutional money comes in. So Tron's probably capable of much more than people have even expected. Okay, so is that a good investment based on what we could be doing in the near future? Probably. Now we know we have the coin burns, right? So the coin burns are very happy. There's going to be lots of coin burns, regular coin burns, but burning this 1 billion TRX as we come into Independence Day, that's huge, almost $50 million, right? Basically in the market today, $50 million worth to officially celebrate the migration from the Ethereum network. That's going to be very good. And the Tron Foundation is locking up that huge chunk of TRX that people were worried they could dump, Justin Sun could dump, and affect the market there if that's what he's trying to do. But no, they're not. That's going to be locked up until in January, I believe, in 2020. Okay, so that's good news. That should squash any of those rumors. And that's like 33 billion Tron under lock. So that's very good. Now, in the next 2 years, these kind of things are what we're going to help see the price go higher, okay? So at the moment, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe we don't see so much movement right now, but it could be a good investment as we're leading into the future. As we know, this technology has huge potential. So what I want to show you guys also is that even as we're speaking during the migration, the support is flooding in for this migration to Tron. Even currently, we've had IDAX, HIT BTC, and BI Top add their support. Okay, these are more exchanges that have come forward to support this token migration, and they want to be a part of it. They support it. They want to get in on the trading. They know how big this could be. So there's more support as we come in, especially, guys, there was news out of Taiwan. Okay, big news because we know Tron is doing things in Taiwan. Okay, and that's going to be a very important area in the future in cryptocurrency, especially what Tron is trying to do in that area. So we know as Tron's been getting support from all over the place, okay, it's just been flooding in. But basically, the biggest cryptograph money exchanging stage in Taiwan, so today I've said, let me see the news here that I'm looking at, guys. Max Exchange announced it would support the Tron blockchain upgrade and token migration. And investors on that only need to deposit the old ERC20 Tron tokens to the Max Exchange, but you got to get in before the 24th. And they have a certain date that they're going to shut that down, and then you'll get the equivalent of your TRX tokens back at the mainnet launch. So another big exchange, but I mean, this is a big platform out of Taiwan, right? And they're lending their support. So Justin Sun's very excited. A lot of people are excited. So the support we're seeing for this token migration has been huge. Now, after we get this token burn, as we're leading into Independence Day, people are wondering, are we going to see the price rise? This is where we have to put our heads together, guys, and think, What is the market we're in right now? We're in a bearish market, okay? This is the kind of news. If this was happening at the end of 2017, who knows what the price of this coin would be? The mainnet, the migration, with Independence Day, with the partnerships, right? It would be unbelievable. The prices we saw these coins get to and how fast we saw them move with barely any news. People were, putting out white papers and coins were shooting up dollars, like, tens of dollars at times. It was insane. And we'll get into those bullish markets again. But right now, guys, let's just realize what kind of market we're in and not be looking so desperately to have these big gains all the time on all of these projects we're in over little bits of news and then get really, frustrated. And it's like disheartening too when you think, oh, this project I'm in, people say that about some other projects. There's a lot of news coming up. The price is coming back, but it's not because the project isn't as important as it is and the team isn't working as hard and the technology isn't as amazing as we think it is. It's because the market's coming back because there's exchange hacks, there's manipulation, there's a lot of regulation going on. Bitcoin's being pulled back very severely right now and altcoins are following that. So there's a lot of things to do, but you have to understand, what is the project doing moving forward? Are they laying the groundwork for a better day for everybody that's involved, okay? So if this burn takes place for the migration, right, that's going to do a lot for the price later on, okay? We don't have to be looking at this as a big game changer right now in the price, okay? So a lot of people think, oh, what's that going to do to the price? Maybe not so much right now, but it's definitely a good sign, right? And it's good marketing on Tron's part to show that they're worried about the volume and the supply of coins, and usually add a token burn, right? If the supply is like going down, that will positively affect the price. But we don't have to be too concerned with that right now, but it is good news and it'll affect the future. So let's just keep our eye on maybe 1, 2, 3 years. If you're a good Tron believer, you're in it for the long run, you're probably looking at years in the future for these big, big gains that you're looking for, not necessarily in the next weeks or months, right? Or even in the next, third and fourth quarter of this year, we could see some big gains. A lot of people are thinking we could see some very big gains. But if you have your eyes a little further ahead, right? Just imagine the guys who were in Bitcoin and they had it very cheap. And when it hit a couple $100s, a lot of people thought this was their fortune. They cashed out. And a lot of people had, bigger visions. And they rode the ups and downs for years to come. And they were rewarded with that $20,000 Bitcoin. And there's even people that have held through that. And now they're down. And they're not down and out. They believe we're going higher than ever past 20,000 in the future. And they might be rewarded with a 50 or 60 or 100,000 Bitcoin in the future, okay? So it just depends on what you're looking for, guys. But if you have more of a future mindset, right? A long-term mindset in some of these projects, you're probably going to be rewarded a lot better and not be so frustrated in the short term. So let's have a good weekend, guys. Keep our eyes on Tron as we're coming into Independence Day. It's very exciting. Remind your friends, if you have anybody, if there's any time left for them to get their coins onto the exchange, the supported exchanges, so they can make that happen. Now remember, guys, if you're new to these videos, if you're new to our channel, it's not financial advice, but why I'm glad to meet you guys and hear from you guys is we're just crypto enthusiasts sharing our opinions and talking about news and discussing ideas with other crypto enthusiasts. So it's great to help each other out and point each other in the direction of new projects sometimes and ICOs, and share some new news that's coming out about projects, and maybe give ourselves like some different insight into projects and some different mindsets of how we're approaching the crypto market these days. Okay, guys, but the only advice I definitely would give anyone new, like we always do, our safety crypto public message to anyone new on these videos, or even if you're old and you've still been waiting, hanging out there, just hanging on, not doing it yet, get yourself an offline hardware wallet and protect your crypto, because there'll be no gains to be made in the future if you lose your crypto. And we've had a lot of hacks on these exchanges in the last couple of weeks, and millions of dollars of crypto have been taken. So it's a small price to pay right now, guys, to protect all this investment you're making in these projects and protect your future wealth, so it's in your control and you cash it out in the future. Okay, so protect your crypto and sleep good at night knowing that nobody is touching your crypto. Okay, and if you're interested in getting a hardware wallet, we put links in the description below these videos so you can just get to those manufacturing websites and grab one, okay, and get yourselves one that has never been tampered with. You don't want to buy it anywhere else but from the manufacturer, so it's never been touched. And keep your crypto safe, guys. Have a good weekend. Let me know what you think about Tron in the videos below. Please give the video a like. That helps us out a lot, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so we can stay in touch. You'll get more videos, and you can send us private messages and ask questions and connect about crypto, and that's great. And I hope you have a good weekend, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.